Hey folks, this is Sahil with Curbside Cycle, and we're here today to talk about how to get you the perfect Brompton bike. Brompton has made some changes to just the naming of their 2022 bikes. If you want to learn a little bit more about this, we have a whole other video that you can check out. Check the link in the description. Now, whatever Brompton you end up going for, if you're riding a Brompton, then you're definitely getting a bike of quality. Since 1975, Bromptons have been a tried and tested bike for all sorts of lifestyles. They have sturdy and comfortable steel frames, they're agile bikes, they're one of the most convenient folding bikes on the market, able to fold up quicker than almost anything else you'll see and also smaller, and have almost no learning curve to actually being able to do this. On top of that, Bromptons are also small enough to bring as checked luggage on most planes, and they've been all around the world as a result. But obviously, just any Brompton is not going to be the right one for you. And one of the most amazing things about Brompton is that there's so much ability to customize that you can make something that is your perfect bike. Now, the first thing that you probably want to determine these days is whether you're going to go for an electric or just a standard Brompton bike. An electric bike can open up a lot of possibilities, no matter what kind of rider you are. If you want to go for long distance rides, or you want to be able to flatten down some steep climbs, or you just want to be able to get where you're going quicker and have it a less sweaty kind of ordeal, the electric bike can be amazing, even if you are already a skilled rider. The Brompton Electric has 3 levels of electric assist, as well as 6 gears, so you can get pretty much anywhere with that kind of range. A single charge on your Brompton Electric can take you between 40 to 80 kilometers. Now, obviously, this depends on a few variables, such as the kind of terrain that you're riding over, as well as the level of assist that you're using. But either way, this is going to get most people through their trips. The Brompton Electric can take you up to 25 kilometers an hour with its assist, but as I said before, with the incredible gear range and levels of assist that you get, you can really tailor that for anything up to that for your comfort level. The Brompton Electric weighs 32 pounds without the battery and 38 with the battery. If you've seen many electric bikes, this is actually remarkably light for an e-bike, so the Brompton is still one of the most easily portable bikes, even with the battery and motor on it. One thing to bear in mind with the electric Brompton is that you can't take batteries on a passenger plane with you. So if you are planning to travel with it, you can take the bike itself, but the battery does have to stay at home. Before you're buying any sort of bike, the first question that you should really be asking yourself is, what am I actually looking to use this bike for? Am I looking to do long distances? Is this something that I just want to ride on weekends? Something that's going to be part of my everyday lifestyle? All of these factor into the question of what kind of bike you want. The line of bike that you choose is going to determine both the weight and the ideal environment and type of rider for that bike. So let's get into that a little bit. The A-line is the simplest Brompton. It's the perfect bike for the occasional user. It comes with a set spec. It has a mid-height handlebar, 3 gears to choose from, and it comes with non-folding pedals. This is an amazing bike for somebody who is not an everyday user but still wants to get most of the benefits of a bike that is compact, can go in small spaces, and is still going to offer you an absolutely dreamy ride. The A-line does use some older parts as well. You're still getting the same Brompton quality, but what this gives you is a bike that is considerably more affordable. So, if you see yourself as an occasional rider, somebody who's mostly going to be riding on flatter terrain, or somebody who's just using the bike for the cottage or to take on a boat, then the A-line might be just the perfect bike for you. If you're familiar with Brompton's older model names, such as like the M6L or the H2R or whatever it is, you were probably looking at what is now called a C-line bike. The C-line is definitely the most customizable Brompton bike. You can pick from a whole range of colors, as well as being able to tailor your handlebar height to your comfort and pick any of the gearing ranges that Brompton offers. The C-line comes standard with a front carrier block for being able to mount one of Brompton's many front bags, as well as fenders for keeping you dry in wetter conditions. You also have the option to add on a rear rack if you see yourself needing more luggage carrying capacity. On top of the 6 matte finishes and the premium black lacquer color that you can pick from, twice a year, Brompton also releases its Black Edition bikes. Black Editions are Bromptons with all black componentry. They look real slick, and they tend to sell out a lot of the time before they even reach us. So if you are looking to get your hands on one, it's a good idea to get in touch early. So we've talked a little bit about customizing your Brompton, but haven't really gotten into exactly what that means. So let's talk about the different models. The A-Line bikes, as we've already said, come as utility models, which means that they are 3-speed bikes. The C-Line bikes, you can pick between Urban model, 2-speed, Utility model, 3-speed, or the Explore model, which is 6 speeds. To determine which of these models is best for you, it's best to ask yourself what you see yourself using this bike for. Is this something that you are going to be using every day? Is this something that you want to travel with? Do you think that you're going to just have the same flat ride every time you use it? Or are you going to be tackling hills and trying to conquer challenges with this? All of these are great questions to ask before you pick exactly which Brompton you want to go for. The Urban model just uses 2 external gears. It gives you a perfect range for if you see yourself with a more consistently flat ride, and is also the lightest bike of the pack. The Utility model, with a 3-speed internally geared hub, is great for if you see yourself facing somewhat more variable terrain or longer distances. The Explore model uses both 2 external cogs and also a 3-speed hub that has been specially redesigned to give it an extra wide range. This has all the gear range that you could hope for, and is perfect for if you want to be able to ride much steeper hills, longer distances, or if you plan to travel with your bike and you don't know what the world is going to throw at you. I highly recommend that if you're not sure about what you want, that you go for the Explore line off the bat, as it's a lot more expensive and complicated to switch after you've already chosen one of the others. After you've figured out what kind of gearing you want, it's time to look at handlebar type. Remember that there's no right handlebar height. The perfect handlebar height for you is something that's going to be very personal and depend on your height and your preferred riding position. The low handlebar is going to naturally be the most sporty, athletic feeling bar. It brings you forward on the bike a little bit and is going to give you more control over your steering, as well as priming you for a more powerful pedal stroke. If you're 5'4" or shorter, the low bar is probably going to give you a more moderate kind of position, whereas anything taller than that might be difficult to ride. The high bar, in contrast, is going to put you in the most upright and comfortable position. This is great for increased visibility, as well as taking pressure off of your hands, wrists, and shoulders. It also gives you a position that's a lot more comfortable for your back, especially over longer rides. The high handlebar might also be the go-to for taller riders. If you're 5'10" or taller, the high handlebar is actually going to give you a more moderate position, whereas something like the low handlebar might just be unusable for you. As you might guess, the mid handlebar is a happy medium between the low and the high, and is probably the most popular handlebar choice. It's important to remember that your handlebar choice is not something that's easy to adjust after you buy the bike, so picking the perfect handlebar type when you're choosing the bike is essential. The next part of nailing your perfect bike is selecting which seat post is right for you. This depends a little less on personal preference and a little bit more on your height, and more importantly, your inseam. If you don't know what your exact inseam is, this is something that you want a pretty precise measurement on. Make sure to wear the shoes that you typically see yourself riding in, and don't just go off your pants size. Actually break out the measuring tape for this one and figure out exactly what you're looking at. The standard seat post is perfect for smaller to mid-height riders. It can accommodate an inseam from 26 to 32 inches. The standard seat post also drops fully into the frame, allowing for the most compact fold of any of them. The extended seat post is better for taller riders. The inseam range for this is between about 28.5 and 34.5 inches. The extended seat post also does stick about 6 centimeters out of the bike frame when it's fully folded. For traveling, this just means that you're going to have to remove the seat post before you put it in a travel bag. Lastly, the telescopic seat post gives the widest range of any of the seat posts and goes even taller than the extended. The inseam range for the telescopic seat post is anywhere from about 27 all the way up to 39 inches. The telescopic seat post also folds very compact, only 2 centimeters higher than the standard seat post when it's fully folded. This will fit in most travel cases still. Now that we've gone over the fit of the bike, let's get to the important stuff. Color. The A-Line bike comes as a set spec. Nice and simple, it comes in a gorgeous gloss white with all black extremities. C-Line, as the most customizable, has the most options for you. You can pick between 7 different colors for the C-Line bike. You can find all of these online, but some of the changes that are coming to 2022 are that Tempest Blue and Orange have been replaced by Piccadilly Blue and Fire Coral, as well as the raw lacquer color being replaced with the black lacquer, which is previously just a special edition color. Don't forget as well that you can get Black Edition bikes as well, which are produced twice a year. For Black Edition and C-Line electric bikes, you can pick between 4 different colors. For gloss colors, you can select either gloss black or Turkish green, and for the premium lacquer finishes, you have either the black lacquer or flame lacquer. I hope that this guide has helped you narrow in on what kind of bike you're looking for. If you're still feeling a little unsure of exactly what kind of Brompton you want to go for, there's tons of information that you can find on our website or on our social media between blog posts and other videos. Still need a little assistance figuring out exactly what you want? No problem. We offer in-store sales consultations as well as remote sales consultations by phone or video, and you're welcome to shoot us an email or a call anytime you want. Hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more information on folding bikes as well as Dutch, cargo, city bikes, and the like.